So hello guys, welcome back to yet another amazing and interesting video. As always, this is my YouTube channel, Delicacies by Carol, where we prepare nothing but the best easy recipes that you use, very simple and easily available ingredients that you can get at your shops, at the markets, and whichever localities that you can think of. So today we're gonna be preparing some beautiful and tasty mahamris, and yeah. So on board we have flour. This is 4 cups of flour, and this is the cup that I used. 4 cups of flour. This 4 cups is equivalent to 240 grams. So if you don't have this cup, no worries, we got you, because you can still measure 240 grams of flour. Yes. And you sieve your flour. Sieving helps them to puff very well. As you all know, mahamris are not mahamris without them puffing very well, and they're just looking wow. So sieving helps in incorporating air to help them in puffing. Yeah. And also to have that amazing look. And also I added 1 tablespoon of yeast, in Swahili amira. This is the yeast that I use from Jomus, and I added 1 tablespoon. This is the tablespoon that I used to measure 1 tablespoon of yeast. And we continue sieving till this flour in my sieve ends. Then we add our next ingredients. So once you're done with sieving our flour and the yeast together, we're adding our cardamom. That is this is 1 teaspoon. For those who don't have a teaspoon, you can still measure half tablespoon of cardamom. So this is our cardamom. You mix together to ensure that everything is well mixed up. Then once you've mixed up your cardamom very well, we come in with our cup. That is 3/4 cups of sugar. You're still using the same cup. That is the one that we use to measure our flour. 3/4 cups of sugar plus 1 tablespoon of margarine. But first, let us mix our cardamom very well. So we've mixed up our cardamom very well with our flour. Next, we're adding in our sugar. That is 3/4 cups of sugar, the one that we use to measure our flour. That is 3/4 cups of sugar. You mix very. So as you can see, our sugar is well mixed up with our mixture of flour, cardamom, and yeast. As you can see, the sugar particles are visible as I am shooting. Next, we come in with 1 tablespoon of margarine. You make sure you make a well at the middle of the flour. Then you add your margarine. Then you use in the rubbing method to rub in the flour plus the margarine together, and our end result should look like that of breadcrumbs like mixture, right? And make sure you use our fingertips, because our palms may tend to interfere with the temperature that our initial mixture has. And as you all know, yeast temperatures shouldn't be tampered with, or else they're gonna hinder our end result of the mahamris. So you make sure you use your fingertips this way. This is what I mean. Make sure you use your fingertips to rub in the flour plus the margarine in together to ensure that your outcome looks like that of fine breadcrumbs like mixture. As you can see, we've already rubbed in our flour with the margarine together, and as you can see, our flour looks like that of breadcrumbs like. And ensure you rub in your flour plus the margarine together to ensure that you have no lumps whatsoever, because lumps may also tend to interfere with the final result of our mahamri. And the essence of us adding our margarine is to ensure that it brings out a different taste, because as you all know, margarine brings out some good taste to the mahamris. Next, we add our milk. that is 1.5 cups. The same cup that we use to measure our flour is the one that we're gonna use to measure our milk. And you also make sure you make a well at the middle of your flour. This way we make a well nicely, and then we start adding our milk bits by bits using folding in method. We can use our hands or use a spatula.
This is how our mixture looks like after mixing everything with milk. So your dough should not be too hard nor too soft. Next step, now we cut our dough into bolts, then cover the bolts and store them for 1 hour so that the dough can double its size. This is the size of our bolts. So after you cut, you dip your ball in the flour that way.
Once you're done cutting our dough into small balls, you take a tin where you're gonna place the balls. You smear the surface with the flour, then you place your balls this way, leaving spaces in between because our flour is gonna double in size. Yes, we give our yeast time to cook so that the flour can double in size. Yeah, so let's leave the small balls that we've cut for 1 hour as our yeast cooks and as our balls double in size. Once remember we left our balls to settle for 1 hour so that we could give time for our yeast to cook. And as you can see, after 1 hour our balls have doubled in size. That means that our yeast has cooked well and our mahamris are ready to be cooked, right? And also, for you to know that you followed the recipe very well, your balls, after leaving them to settle for some time, they should have doubled in size. So if they haven't doubled in size like these ones of mine, that means that there's somewhere that you didn't take the measurements quite well, or how the recipe needed of you to do. So now let's cook our mandazis and wait for the final result. So as you can see, I'm oiling the mahamris on top because the oil was not that much. So the mahamris need oil on the top so that they can puff, because without the oil, without me I'm going to say applying oil on top, they're not going to puff is required. You see? So as you can see, I've dipped a piece of some pieces of mahamris in the hot oil, and I'm smearing oil on top of the mahamris so that they can puff. As you can see, the more I smear oil, the more they puff. And for you to know that your mahamris are mahamris, they have to puff, because no puffing, no mahamris, like mahamris are just known for puffing, and this is how they should puff, as you can see. So the outcome is very okay. So that means that we follow the recipe to the letter, and that is why our end results are what you can see. So you still continue doing that, but if you have enough oil, there is no need of there is need, because not that the mahamris are gonna dip in, they're gonna get in the oil such that the upper face is gonna be covered with oil. No, you just have to continue smearing oil on top of the mahamris so that they can puff. That is the essence of smearing oil on top of the mahamris. So as you can see, this is after cooking the mahamris. This is the outer look. As you can see, my mahamris are very tasty, looking very yummy, you know, having puffed very well, having that deep brown color, dark brown color. And yeah, all I can say is that the mahamris were tasty. So enjoy the video, enjoy the outcome, and make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so that the next time I get to upload a video, you're going to be notified when I upload an amazing recipe. And make sure to comment down below how you found this video. Was it interesting? You know, thank you so much, and welcome again.